Hi, and welcome to Yarnchix podcast episode 75. My name is Mimi, and I come to you from Berlin Wedding. Hence, my podcast is called. That's not why the podcast is called Yarnchix podcast. Sorry. So, my Instagram handle is leapwed, which is an abbreviation for dear wedding. So, leap, wed, abbreviated and stuck together with the glue that is care. And my podcast is called Yarnchix Podcast because I tend to play games of Yarn Chicken, a yarn related podcast all about knitting, crochet, mending, sometimes sewing, and yeah, a whole lot of community crafting. Welcome to this little corner of YouTube. I'm going to try not to touch the table, so I'm sitting back a little bit because I've got my equipment set up, and I just noticed I kept knocking into the table and making sounds the last time I recorded my summer knitting clubhouse. So clubhouse is like a vlog format completely about the summer crafting that I have entirely committed myself to this summer. And this is the podcast, like a chatty podcast. Hence, I have quite a lot of knitty stuff. I have finished objects. I have works in progress. There's quite a bit of chatter about test knitting and the community craft alongs. The Summer Knitting Club, Kyle, is like a craft along for all your summer yarns. And then I've got Magic 3 Mile in our community that we're all crafting for the little people in our lives, our neighbors, our own kids, our friends' kids, relatives, and maybe someone you want to donate to. Like, there's so many children in this world who could do or will appreciate something handmade. In Magic 3 Mile, we make tops, bottoms, and toy or an accessory. So for babies, that could be a bonnet, and for kids, we have made quite a lot of plushies. So there's like handmade toys. You don't only have to knit them. You could crochet. We've had woodwork. We've had people make paper mache, like little books or journals for their preteens and teens. So there's so many ideas floating around. Check out this hashtag. It's already loaded. And yeah, I'm going to start with my finished objects. Then I'll share a little bit about my test knitting spree at the moment. And then we will have Tower Knit Oracle. I always ask my Tower deck a question that's related to crafting. And in the end, the knit reportage is a very late April travel vlog. So it's kind of like a mini version of the travel vlogs I'm sharing for Patreon, all about Woolly Good Gathering in Edinburgh, because I got to go and my friend Nora, who runs Kiezgarn, came along, and we had a brilliant long weekend. Acquisitions is a separate vlog series, which I call the Yarn Lover series, because I know not everyone likes looking at things that have been acquired, but I kind of like documenting it for myself. And at the very end here, I'm gonna show a couple of zines because I've just been to MissReads last Friday and picked up some amazing zines. So that's for all you kind of paper geekies. Yeah, I publish a knitting zine. It's called the Yarnchix zine, and yeah, feel free to check out all the places. I always link in the box below if you want to have a look at my knitting zine, pins, and other stuff that I have in my shop. You would have seen one of the first finished items in this year's Magic 3 Mile for me is this incredibly cute Esther Cardigan. It's size S. I used Wool Dreamers La Rinconada, held together with varas, or 90 varas by the Wool Dreamers. Yeah, it makes this really nice squishy textured gauge. It's super cute. I'm going to share some pictures of me wearing it. It's for my youngest child, and we've worked out that maybe the sleeves need extending and maybe the bottom needs extending, so I can still mend it. Magic 3 Mile runs until 1st of October, and that's when it's gonna get cold, so you will see me fix this up a little bit. Sadly, if adding length in this pattern means undoing the whole button band. But for now, it's a finished object, and look at these cute buttons. These are like square wooden buttons from Rosa Pomar, Retrosaria Rosa Pomar. We sell them in the shop where I work at here in Berlin, Wedding. Anything else I need to say about this? Well, I made one in my size, and now I've made this one in small. And yeah, maybe the length of my cardigan is more what my child wants, so I've got to work out an in-between thing for this one. Let's see. I also finished, and I honestly had to double check that I hadn't reported about this as a finished object. I might have. I tried to look it up, but I think it was still a work in progress when I recorded episode 74. This incredible Lumme Sweater. It's not too hot today, so I think I can pop it on. Oh my word. I love it. This was my festival sweater for Woolly Good Gathering, and I used stash went that was sent to me in our annual swap of countdown calendars by incredible Marisa, who runs Abinaya Yarn, and I had purchased this kind of main color from Marisa. I love Abinaya Yarn. It's like a merino, and Marisa sells in natural shades and then uses natural dyes to create colors. Some of these are actually kind of stash leftovers from other projects, but quite a lot of stash went that Marisa sent me was Abinaya Yarn. You can, if you're nosy, check Vlogmas and see like little parcels unwrapped every day, and you know, process of what I've been making with this yarn. It's more kind of like vloggy content, but I love it. Marisa's yarn is amazing, and I love this pattern. It's Lumme Sweater by Sari Nordlund. Usually you have like one contrast color and a main color, but I used all the different Stashwing colors. Okay, now it's warm. I'm gonna pop it off, take it off. So that's my second FO of this podcast. I did talk about it extensively in the last two pods, I think. If you have any questions, you're always warmly invited to ask me in the comments. I don't know what else I might need to add here. I didn't really change anything in the pattern apart from using several colors for the color work. Lastly, in this finished objects part, honestly, watch it. Oh, it's a test knit I knitted for Pufido Knits, so Gigihan made this incredible shirt in a 2-color brioche. I chat about it extensively in my Clubhouse episodes. I'm so thrilled I got to test knit, and today is definitely the right climate for this top. Well, maybe without a t-shirt, but that's future me. When I go to work, I will take off the t-shirt and wear this today. Flutes, this shirt that Kiezgarn designed, is a brioche. So you hold 2 yarns and you alternate, well, you knit a row of each color, and hence it becomes striped lengthwise. I don't know how else to say. So horizontally rather than vertically. No, vertically rather than horizontally. And I loved using these 2 colors. So we've got fennel seed, lino mocha from Wolln Berlin, and then Saona, again a Wool Dreamers yarn. So I've used La Rinconada, Saona, Varas 90. They're the 3 yarns that I've recently used from them. And then in the last episode, you would have seen a project from their yarn Mota. I wonder if they have other yarns, because I'm like, using all the Wool Dreamers qualities. I enjoyed the test knit so very much. It was a really nice Discord channel with very inspiring posts by people who were also test knitting. It felt really like calm, and we got an extension which was really good because I was on the dot with this, with the extension. So I thought I had gauged, but I didn't. Find out a little bit about that in my Clubhouse episode where I chat about this. Yeah, so that's 3 finished items this episode. I mean, that's because I didn't podcast for 2 months, so apologies about the delay, but hooray, now I have all these finished items. This is the part where I talk about all my current projects. I am very, very far in with another summer knitting project. It looks like I have 2 sleeves, but this one I will undo again. So I wasn't happy with how I'd ended on a black ribbing. So when I did the second sleeve, I added different colors and made it a little bit longer, and I ended with red ribbing with this kind of pink edge, and I love that much more. So I will have to finish this sleeve properly, and I'm just about, let's hold it up to my body. I mean, here you see kind of the length of tops. Because I'm wearing the flutes, you can kind of see the length of tops that I like. It's kind of just near my hip bone or a little bit over. So if I wear jeans, you won't see my top button. That's kind of how I like the length of t-shirts I like making. So I've got about that much more. So that's, I think, 3 colors and then the ribbing. And then I will finish the sleeve properly. And then I've got a couple of ends to weave in, so I will be busy for quite some time. I have, so this is the sleeve length, so I will have that twice. And then I have some kind of in between where I ran out, because this is like a scrappy top, so sometimes I ran out like mid-row and I had to kind of change it. Yeah, look at all these ends. That's a future Mimi problem. So I think this weekend will see me on weaving in action. I absolutely adore the scrappy cotton knit, and there's quite a few of my inherited cotton bits in there. My mum used to crochet beanies. That was like her little thing that she did for joy, and she used to sell them actually not very expensively at markets and things. And so there was like bags and bags of these cotton scraps, and so it's gonna be really nice to have like a scrappy cotton t-shirt. Some of it is Linumuka held with cotton, some of it is a thicker cotton that I bought to like knit with one strand, so that's chukbomul. This cotton is petunia. And then these marled bits are always with Linumuka added, and then this green and the yellow and some of the pink were from my mum's stash, so a mercerized kind of very common cotton. You can get the black as well. Some of these reds, but so there's lots of scraps, and then I added Rauma, Petunia, Linumuka and Chukbumul also from Rauma. They have very soft Pima cottons. I'm very excited to wear this soon. And I used a pattern by Rebecca Clow. It's called Tolsta tea, and this is the DK gauge. So when you buy Rebecca's patterns, her Instagram handle is Creabea, has a really cool podcast. When you buy Rebecca's Tolsta tea pattern, you have different gauges, so you could make it with 2 strands of Linumuka, which is 3mm needle, or like this, like with a thicker yarn with a 4mm needles. And I think I have knitted size 4, so as it was a little bit thicker, I think I'm knitting on a 5mm needles. I'm gonna verify if all of this chatter is true to the pattern, or if I made that up, or check in the down box. I will have adjusted it. Super happy to be knitting this in the Summer Knitting Club craft along. And after I finished this test knit for Kiezgarn, I was kind of like in a test knit mood. I was in the mood for test knitting, so I enjoyed it when I was making this. And then I saw a call out for a kid's sweater, and I was like, I'm gonna sign up. Let's see if I get it, because it's super cute. And I got in, so I'm gonna chat a little bit about Magic 3 Make Along and all my ideas. You would have seen a couple of my drawings considering what Magic 3 Mile ideas I have, and I always double dip, like especially with my own craft alongs, or if I find another craft along, like a Scrappy Summer craft along, I'm just being cheeky. I'm like double dipping as I move through this world, trying to, engage with people who are also crafting and have those chats. I'm full of ideas, especially toy making. I definitely want to make the Mochi cat, and that is a pattern by Moo Knits, and I've already decided to make maybe 2 of them, so we'll see. That's on the toy making level. And when I go on holiday, I love making toys. So I think I'm definitely gonna make Jodie Turtle as well. So that's 3 toys already. So now I need to make sets to go with them. And as I said, I joined another test knit, and this one is a test knit for a kid's sweater. I chose size 4, and I'm knitting in, and I got chosen to knit the test knit. It's the Stick of Butter sweater. I'm going to put a picture up here by Weekend Knits. So I think Weekend Knits is how I would say it out loud. This is their Instagram handle. So Weekend, so WKND knits. And the Stick of Butter sweater is so cute. I'm going to try and take a screenshot and share a picture here. Sorry, crispy bags. I'm using, obviously, a butter color. This Peruvian Highland in the color Vanilla, which is color 196. I have only just cast on, so it has to go on these needles because I cast on. Ooh! And yeah, this is mint from my garden. No, it's actually, that is lemon balm from my friend's garden. I didn't know it was still in there. I cast this on during knit night. I host a local knit night, and I only had these DPNs. I didn't have my 4mm needle, so I need to use the 4mm needle and get going on the color work. So color 1 is this butter yellow, and then okay, I had to put some sound over that because that was very crispy needle. And this is my contrast color. I'm gonna hold this double. Cado Cashmere. I have a little bit reclaimed from a project that didn't go well, so I'll definitely have enough for the color work. Isn't it so cute? And it's gonna be so nice and soft, and it's gonna be fun. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm gonna work out what I want to make for the legwear. Maybe also inspired by this designer who did like a squiggly, sewed some pants for their child and made like squiggly embroidery. Maybe I'll do something like that to go with it in the set for Magic 3 Mile. And then one of the cats, or maybe Jodie Turtle, will make this completely new set that I'm dreaming up. Ooh, so many ideas. If you have started your projects for Magic 3 Mile, please comment below. I'm so nosy what you're into. Are you like already making a toy, or stuck with what is always the hardest part of this set of 3 is the bottoms. I always get a bit slower there. Maybe other people don't struggle there, but I find that is like the legwear part is where I'm dedicating time now for my own wardrobe. And in the Magic 3 Miles, always the one where I'm like, do I make a skirt? Do I make shorts? Do I sew? Do I knit? Do I crochet? So I'm always interested to find out what ideas you have considering that. Okay, and it's already time for the Tarot Knit Oracle. I didn't really have a question, but just these words popped up in my head because I was reflecting on the last week of June, and it's now early July, and I was like, I still haven't podcasted, and oh, I need to do this, and made a little like slideshow post, and I was like, yeah, at the moment lots of things are carrying me, and so I wanted to talk to the Tarot Knit oracles, like, carry me. I don't know why this word carry me, or these 2 words, is something that I want to put out there, but I wanted to ask the Tarot Knit Oracle what's going to carry me through the summer. So that is the theme of the Tarot Knit Oracle. And then at the end, I will have the knit reportage, which is some footage from Really Good Gathering, which I'm very excited to show you some like glimpses of things that I looked at and enjoyed. And then I'm gonna share like zine stuff as a little separate vlog, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna actually show my MissReads zines just now quickly, and then record a vlog about that, because I think I have to go to work. I'm gonna just show you and tell you the titles. Infusion, Swimmers, That Time, a Poem, The Movement in a New Era of Repression, A Goat Postcard, and the Pissed Proto 99. Just tune into the vlog if you're nosy about this, and stay tuned for the Tarot Oracle. I hope you have a great day, that you're well, that you're crafting something fun. And as always, thank you for joining me here and staying to the end. It's so nice of you to come along and listen to my chatter. I just really like the accountability and showing you the projects I've been working on and finding out about what you're doing, and then to host these craft alongs where we get to chat now and then about what we're up to and share each other's stripe love. Summer Knitting Club Cal is very stripy this year, and you know, I love stripes too. So feel free to join in and let me know what you're up to, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.